and play it by ear. And it was more of we knew the fundamentals of playing tennis, but we didn't know if the person across the net from us was going to hit a forehand or a backhand, if they were going to lob it or if they were going to jam it down. And so you just kind of learn who you are, learn the fundamentals, and you go with the flow. And so I feel like I have a good sense of who Sam was and who Sam has been and who he's becoming. And I'm really excited to do our last 16 days of filming. And I can hear a groan, even though no one's here. I can hear people going like, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my mindset going, but I feel like I'm ready to go with the flow.
Something I changed about the character, probably his diet. Because at this point, Dean is more likely to die from heart disease than a vampire. So,
fair enough.
Yeah, there we go.
Absolutely.
All right. Hunter Life SPN. Hello, my name is Vittoria.
Vittoria.
Did you imagine at the beginning of the series that it would have this proportion that is today with 15 seasons? No. No, not at all. That's why everybody we meet in the industry was like, God, I can't believe that show is still going.
And we're like, it's still going.
Or, that show's still on? I obviously nobody could have predicted that this show would have lasted this long. I think early predictions were that the show could really go for a successful run of like 3 to 5 seasons. And that is a very successful run of any show.
Yeah.
So the fact that we went 3 times that is it's unheard of, and it certainly was not predicted by any means. But I think that because of the world that Eric had created, it just lent itself to a continuous exploration of it. And luckily, we had some very brilliant people manning the helm of taking the story on to new levels and to greater lengths, and so it's been quite a ride. We certainly don't ever know where we're going, but they say, life is about the journey, not the destination, and we have certainly been on a long and beautiful journey for 15 years that we never expected. So
yeah, I agree with Aggles. We were hoping to get a back 9 pickup, which in TV speak is, when you do your pilot, you get picked up, you usually get 13 episode order. So you get basically the first half of season 1 plus a few episodes. And we were like, man, I think we got something. I think we might go a full season. Remember, we had a guy who worked on the show the first couple of years, and he would always be like, yeah, y'all going 10 years. Y'all going 10 years, buy a house. And it was like, he was one of these folksy guys, kind of old school, Teamster. And every time we'd be like, yeah, he's like, mark my words, you're going 10 years. And we were like, well, I hope so, but, don't cash the check. And it turns out he was wrong, but not wrong in the way that...
Yeah, little did he know. 15, pal.
We were right about him being wrong.
That's right.
So we were the fools, I suppose. No, it's been, and frankly, and this is obviously on camera, so maybe I shouldn't say this, I feel like the show could go 15 more, honestly. Like, I feel like we have so much that we could do, so many stories we could tell, but I feel like we're going to deliver episode 327 and all the ones before it with some gusto and with 100% dedication, and then we'll see from there. But this certainly went further than I would have ever dreamt.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Dragon Embers. What prop do you want to take from the set when it's over? Jensen?
Prop.
Yeah, prop. Wheels.
What's that? Not wheels.
Props don't have wheels.
Props don't have wheels. You know what I'd really like, but I they're not gonna they're not going to part with that for a lot of reasons, but the Colt. I think that would be super cool because it was built for the show, and it just has, you know, I think it was such an important piece of the show, and it's just cool, and it also still has some of my blood on it from when I had the showdown in Frontierland.
No shit.
When I had to do this, the boom.
Yeah, oh yeah, flag it.
Yeah, that hammer was so hard to pull back that it just literally ripped my palm open. So I think I should just own it for that sake. That I bled on it.
Well,
I don't know. There's what?
If Elon Musk keeps going the way he's going, then we will be able to clone you based on the Colt. So maybe that should go to like a museum, Smithsonian.
Perfect. All right. I'm okay with that.
Thousands of Ackles. Acoli?
Acoli.
Pluralize your Acoli.
Yeah.
Acoli everywhere.
What? Yeah. I don't know. I could think of a ton, but that's certainly one that I would like that I probably won't get. What about you?
So many, and there may have been a few little bits here and there that nobody would ever miss or even know they were part of the show.
That have gotten misplaced?
Yeah, they get lost. You know, things move and between seasons. That mean a lot to me, though. If somebody walked in my house, they wouldn't know anything about it. But if I were to take one of the kind of integral props from the show, I got to go with the demon knife. For several reasons.
Demon Blade's good choice.
Demon Blade's a good choice, and you know, I think when the conversation happens with Tom and Shep and Odette about like why did Uncle Jensen kill Mom, I can be like, well, I'm not sure, but here's the weapon, here from the crime scene itself.
Right.
So when I do something, when I make some mistake, which I do often, and Jen gets mad at me, I can just hold it as self-defense and be like, this has killed you once before. Don't make me call Jensen. So I think the demon knife would be, the demon blade would be pretty awesome. And I don't know if everybody knows this out there, but when it was created, you know, they created the hilt of the blade that you hold, and then the blade itself, but it was put on inverted. So actually when you hold the knife,
you're holding it upside down.
Holding it upside down, but since it made it to camera that way, it had to stay that way for the entire run of the show. So it's kind of a neat little, you know, I love the little asterisks, or the little, I think it's the mistakes that make something perfect. And so I think it's a neat little...
Happy accident.
Yeah.
All right. Emma Shane. I'm currently in high school right now, and you started the show the year I was born. Do you think you were more of a Sam or Dean in school?
I mean, I was certainly more of a Sam.
Yeah, I was probably a healthy blend of the two. You know, Dean, I feel like Dean would have gotten a little bit, he would have been more resistant of authority and rule following. I try to keep it in the you know, keep it in between the lines. For the most part, I probably had and hung around with a group of friends that liked to toe the line a little bit more than I. So I was tempted to do things that probably, you know, Sam wouldn't do. But yeah, I'd say as far as the mischievous aspect of it, I was probably a happy blend of both.
Yeah, I was Sam through and through. I loved academics. I loved school. I was a math guy, and still am. Still love doing weird math puzzles and riddles and whatnot. So I don't think I was anywhere near as brave as Dean is. You know, I wasn't as tough as Sam. But I certainly, I still do love school. One of these days, I'd like to go take some more But Emma, kick-ass, senior year might be a little strange. Our hearts and thoughts go out to you and all the other seniors out there. But yeah, I think I'd go with them. Okay, Luisa Fernandez. Luisa _ Fernandez. Hey boys, hey. Which is your favorite line of the show and why? Brazil what? Love Brazil.
Favorite line of the show. Whew, there's been so many. Do you have one offhand?
I mean, I lost my shoe. Makes me laugh.
That's so stupid.
And I remember filming it, by the way. I remember vividly filming that scene in that alley where I was like, and they had to go clean. So there's a bit of, I don't know how to say this, other than there's a bit of drug use in Vancouver. And so they send people the day before to clean it and like bleach the entire alley and get rid of needles and other kind of drug paraphernalia. And then they send somebody the day of as well. And so they're like, well, don't wear your shoes into your trailer after you go from set. Like, take your shoes off before you go into your trailer so you're not tracking whatever there is there. Don't grab anything off the ground. Don't touch your face. This is pre-pandemic. Don't touch your face. And I remember I had to keep on, and I remember the shoe had a little metal. So the bottom of those Puma shoes, they had soldered or put in a little metal bit and then created the grate in such a way where as I'm getting the gum off the bottom of my shoe, Jared had to catch the little metal hook onto the broken grate that was a prop to get my shoe off. And I remember I had a tough time with it at first. It was kind of in a weird part of the shoe in the arch or something. But I remember filming it vividly. I lost my shoe. What kind of low sodium freaks don't have salt? I do love me some salt. So that stuck out. There have been so many.
Family Don't End in Blood.
Family Don't End in Blood.
Driver Picks Music.
Yep.
You know what? I'm trying to think of like some really like emotional ones, and I really do like the. I mean, I guess it was kind of Dean's death scene after he got the crap beat out of him by Metatron. But when Dean says, "I'm proud of us,"
dude, I was gonna say that exact. I'm not a word of a lie.
Yeah, because I feel like that line is something that could be used almost every season from one brother to another brother. Just like looking at what they've done, looking at what they've accomplished, or looking at what they've survived. And they could both easily look at each other and just be like, "I'm proud of us." I think that's a big underline quote of the show.
I agree totally, and I think it's also even more so. I feel like it's something that's strive to be able to say, which is one of the reasons they work so hard, so diligently. They sacrifice so much. They want to be able to say, "I'm proud of us." So that honesty, I'm choking up. The honesty and the vulnerability of admitting, like, "Hey, if this is it, man, I'm proud of us."
Yeah,
is pretty deep, and I swear on my life, I was about to say the same thing.
It's good. It's a good one. All right, moving on to Ana Cristina Fagunde. Fagunde. I'm probably butchering that. What do you miss most from the first season?
First season.
First seasons?
Yeah, first couple seasons.
What do you miss most from the first seasons?
I miss.
Yeah. I mean, I could certainly take a stab. I would say that in the first couple of seasons, it was simpler times. The structure of the show and the world that the boys found themselves in, and the motivation behind what they were doing was simpler. they were hunters of things that go bump in the dark, and their father has gone missing, and they've got to find their dad. And I think that's such a simple concept, with such a giant road in front of them, that I miss that kind of like setting out on a very clear-cut objective and journey, and not knowing exactly what lays in store, but having that kind of clear motivation, I think is something that we continued to have throughout the years. But I think it just, as the world expanded, it became more complicated, and as characters came on, and it expanded then to like heaven and hell, and there were demons and the angels, and it was God, and like, so it got really, really big and a very complicated world that these guys then had to navigate. I think at the beginning it was just simpler, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, funny. I enjoyed that as well. I'm gonna kind of go on the same coin, but maybe the flip side of the coin. What I loved, or what I remember, the halcyon days of the first couple seasons, it almost felt, in hindsight at least, it felt like falling in love. It's like, there's something here. There's some sort of magic. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to look like, but there's something here. It almost felt like the honeymoon phase or something. It was like we were trying this, we were trying that.
No, this just got awkward. Am I blushing?
I'm lonely. Just kidding. No one's here. It's just me and my dog.
We knew it.
Send pictures and videos. I miss I miss that feeling where something is gonna be special. Something's gonna be big. You don't know yet what form that special and big is gonna take. And it's kind of, we talked about this in other instances, in other mediums, kind of just keep on working until you figure out what you're working for, but always keep fighting. It's like, keep on fighting. Even if you don't know what you're fighting for, just keep fighting. It'll materialize, you'll have something tangible. And with those first couple seasons of the show, we all knew there was a buzz, there was a feeling. It was visceral, but it was almost like a connection we felt to our crew, to the city, to the characters, to the story. And it was like, there's something, man, this could be something. And so as that foundation built of just excitement and the willingness to sacrifice and work hard, and that passion, watching it materialize and being a part of it materializing, and with y'all, we started doing conventions season 2 or 3, but like this is something, man. Like this is something. This could be something that's really fun for a couple of years, not knowing that it's gonna be a part of our lives for the rest of our lives till we breathe our last. There was a really neat little startup. Thank you, Anna Cristina Fagunde. How'd you say it? Fagunde. Crystal Christenberg. The brothers have been to...
It's Kristenberg.
Kristenberg. I don't know if that's French. I don't know what that accent was.
I'm sorry, Crystal.
Yeah, Kristenberg. Siento. Crystal Kristenberg. The brothers have been to a few famously haunted locations. Is there one you guys would have loved to have the brothers, or one that you guys would love to have the brothers investigate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amityville.
Ah.
We've never been there, right?
I never have, no.
No, but I mean, the Winchesters have never, we never.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also.
The dog walker's here.
Well, that's okay, because I would love for the brothers to go to the Winchester Mystery House. I went with Jen and Tom when he was maybe a year or two old. He was a little thing, and got a tour, and just the idea that it's part of. I've never been to Lawrence, Kansas, so Jared wants to go to Lawrence, and Jared will go to Lawrence. And Jared will stop speaking in the third person right now. I would love for the brothers to go to the Winchester Mystery House. That would be too cool. I don't know how to say it, but spin-off? What would we call it? What would we call
Hey,
it?
spin-off. This is like another episode.
Another episode?
Special features?
Special features?
Warner Home Video. Get on it.
Warner Home, Netflix.
Yeah.
My phone's on. It's on vibrate right now, so I don't interrupt. But
All right. Luana Lolo. Right? Luana Lolo? Say that 3 times real fast.
I can't even say it once.
Nailed it. If you could have a conversation with Sam and Dean, what would you say to them? Brazil loves you guys. Well,
don't leave the bunker.
don't leave the bunker. Yeah.
Stay there. It's cool. Like,
Take a vacation. Take a vacation. There's other hunters out there.
Yeah.
Quit trying to carry the load. Like just, take it easy for a second. You don't have to always go. Stop.
You have an angel friend. Make him do it.
Yeah. Sit back. Smell the motor oil.
I mean, smell the nuclear bunker. Yeah, I mean, they're friends with a Nephilim and an angel. Like, put them to work.
Yeah.
Relaxing.
Sit on the beach.
Come on, guys. Have a beer. Get some sun.
Have yourself a drink with too much fruit in it, Do yourself a favor.
Put some bacon in that drink.
Wait, did we ever do an episode? I know we did that one where we went to that health spa thing, but did we ever? Was there ever a moment where the guys had to do spa stuff? I don't think so.
Just a health spa episode with the fat sucker.
Yeah.
Where we all met Donna Hanscom, Brianna. I know we had an episode right when whatever year the ice bucket challenge was going on. We had a scene. I think it was the first episode where Sam and Dean are sitting on folding chairs over that lake on the way to Whistler, Squamish, and the little green. The green cooler.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good prop.
Yeah. But the green cooler between the two boys, because I think we turned it into the ice bucket challenge afterwards. So
yeah.
That's, I think, the most relaxation we've seen Sam and Dean in 327 episodes.
Yeah. That's what I would say to Sam and Dean.
Yeah.
Have more moments like that.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good thing. Speaking of, we have the Amityville extra episode special features. We have the Winchester Mystery House extra episode special features. If y'all are willing to watch an hour, it'd be an hour because it might be streaming or something. But of Sam and Dean Winchester getting a massage, I think it'd be a great episode. I'm just saying, write your local congressman or woman. Send copious amounts.
Start a petition.
Start a petition.
Yep.
We'll sign it. It's just literally an hour long of Sam and Dean, not Jared and Jensen. It's not about us. It's about Sam and Dean getting a massage. You write it, I'll act it.
There's some comedy in there, They bring out the hot rocks.
The octopus suction things.
What do they call those? The cups or whatever?
Cupping, yeah.
Cupping? Yeah. Yeah, I can see Dean really enjoying that. All right. Your turn.
Jowdy. Joudy. Jowdy?
Jowdy.
Jowdy?
Judy. Jowdy.
Jowdy! What was the hardest skill you had to learn for the show? Love from Syria. Hi.
Sweet.
Hi, love you. Love you back. Wow. Hi, Syria. The hardest skill we had to learn for the show. This is going to sound weird. Fight scenes. Because of this. Because when you fight or hit something, you're fighting or hitting something. Whereas for fight scenes, you have to train yourself to punch 3 inches away from something. Or look like you're tackling somebody, but then pull at the last second. It's almost like trying to look like you're throwing the football as hard as you can, but make it go 3 feet. It's like, okay, well, don't I just throw it as hard as I can? Like, no, the camera's not. If you punch too fast, the camera's not going to. So really, you're not supposed to punch like this. And then you're supposed to just go straight to it. So it takes some focus to go like, okay, remember, you want to look like you're punching a bad guy, but you want to not punch the bad guy. So it's this really weird juxtaposition of like, sorry, my dog wants to get petted. He sees me fighting the air.
I feel like, when we first started the show, Jared and I had we did like 6 weeks of like rigorous boxing training just to kind of get ourselves in shape. And they wanted to make sure we knew how to throw a punch, which I don't know why they think we didn't. But we did. And it's, when you're actually boxing training, you're hitting something. You're hitting a head back, you're hitting focus mitts, you're hitting each other when we got in the ring with some headgear on. Cut to a couple episodes in, and Jared and I actually get into a bar fight in Vancouver. It's well documented. It was not our fault, but we were able to protect ourselves, let's say, very well, and against with being way outnumbered. But we still, because we just come off all this intense training, and we I think grown up in a life of athletics, so we were able to handle ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, after 15 years of stunt training, if somebody were to jump Jared and I in a bar, we would not land one punch. It would be
it would look good on camera.
It would look so good if somebody was filming it. The only problem is the people that we were fighting would be like,
yeah, what are they doing?
Why are you swinging and missing me by a half a foot? So
this guy has bad vision. I'm going to leave him alone.
So to all you so people out there, if you see us, please don't pick a fight with us, because it's going to be embarrassing for all of us. Yeah. Okay. The hardest skill I think I had to learn was the knife throwing was difficult, but that was fun. I actually enjoyed that. Oh, I know. Phil Segretia wanted me to do this thing in I forget what episode it was, but where it was a motel room scene, and Dean is sitting there cleaning all the weapons, cleaning the guns, and I had Dean's .45, his side-by-side shotgun, and I think it was your 9 as well, your Beretta, Sam's Beretta, and he wanted me to have them to take them all apart, clean them, and then put them all back together again, without looking at them, while saying the dialogue. And that proved to be difficult. It's
also like, hey, I have a great idea for the scene tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Could you practice this for the next 20 minutes, and then we can put it on camera?
Yeah.
I'd say it's a toss-up between learning to do all of that together without looking, taking it apart, cleaning it, putting it back together without looking and saying dialogue, that or tap dancing.
Yeah, you and DJ. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that looked pretty intense.
That was intense is one word for it.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Jody.
All right. Joao Victor?
Joe?
What do you think Sam and Dean would be doing in this quarantine?
I think Sam would be reading, eating salad, and running on the treadmill, kind of like Jared.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Sam would be organizing the library, probably reading a lot of lore books, sharpening his mental acuity, and probably trying to be healthy. Maybe running around the bunker, doing what he can do.
I think Dean would be on his way to full-blown diabetes, and probably under the hood of the car.
Yeah, in the garage. Yeah.
Yeah, just a plate of bacon and like brake fluid and grease.
Yeah, fair enough. Bia Faria. If you could have any real life power from any supernatural character, what would it be and why? Brazil loves you. Obrigado.
Obrigado.
I know what I would want.
What?
This would be a double-edged sword because I would want to be able to do it, but then I would probably regret it shortly thereafter.
No. What are you gonna say?
Shapeshift. You know what I mean?
I thought you were gonna say read people's minds.
Oh no, that I don't want to be able to do that.
I don't want to know.
Shapeshifting is like a mid-ground because if you kind of want to know what somebody thinks, if you could shapeshift into like a confidant or a friend, you could kind of get a little insight without getting the brutal truth. I certainly wouldn't want anybody to be able to read my mind. They would just be confused and probably pass out.
Fly. I would in
But
a
who would fly?
heartbeat. Fly.
Like Michael and Lucifer?
No, like Superman.
No, from Supernatural.
Oh, is that what it's in?
Yeah. I mean, Michael.
It would be, what? Wait, nowhere. Any real life power from any supernatural character. Oh, I thought for some reason I was thinking superhero. Supernatural character. Okay, then time jump.
Ooh.
I'd want to be able to like go forward in time or backward in time.
Yeah. Would you go forward in time? I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. To see like where we're headed.
That'd be so scary. And then backward in time, it'd be the whole butterfly effect thing. I read some funny.
Yeah. Don't touch anything.
I read some funny, like, I don't know, Instagram meme or something like that about like 2020 must be the year where somebody in the future has figured out how to go back in time because there have been so many things that keep on going wrong and then vanishing, like the murder hornets. Like the murder hornets were going to kill everybody, and then because somebody went back to like 1970 and swatted a fly or something. And they morphed, and then all of a sudden they're gone.
Did you see the owl that flew into the patrol car and the cop crashed? Yeah, it was like a giant barred owl.
What?
And there was like a picture of it in the front seat. And who was it? I think it was Patton Oswalt. He wrote, "Oh, great! Now they've activated the owls." Oh no, it was Andy Richter. It was Andy Richter tweeted. He was like, "Oh, great! Now they've activated the owls."
Yeah, but I think going forward and backwards might be like a little bit of a hi to Coda, everybody. Sorry, buddy.
Coda.
He won't leave me alone. Yeah, this must be like the butterfly effect year. Time jumping would be a lot of fun.
There's the Starbucks that I go to back home. I just go in and grab a coffee, but they've always got question of the days. Like what the question of the day is, and it's like, would you jump out of a plane? Would you?
Or like, are you allowed to?
Or it's like, what's your favorite time of year? Like, what's your favorite season? One of them was, if you could travel to any decade, what would it be?
Ooh.
Yeah. I said a future decade.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you want? You want Neuralink or you want flying cars?
Oh, we should definitely have flying cars by now. This is ridiculous. Come on, Elon.
We all want Back to the Future. Come on, Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, come on.
We saw you with the skateboard.
Yeah, where's my hoverboard? It's 2020. I want my hoverboard.
I don't know, man. I would think probably 60s.
Yeah, what's funny is it kind of called into, and maybe this is just because of the climate of our society right now, but it called into like where we were as a country, kind of on a social aspect, and it's like, and that's why I was like, sure, there'd be a lot of decades I'd like to go back to, but I certainly know that things weren't right back then.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I said future, because hopefully we're doing it better than we've done it.
Or there's just nothing. We all have
guilt. It's just a barren wasteland, and it's like, oh, okay, let me go back to the present future and start selling everything I have.
This is where everybody who's logged into the Zoom is like, this is depressing.
Wow, these guys are on lockdown for 7 days.
I'm crying now. Yeah. Thanks for the question.
All right.
Okay. Anishka Rao.
Anishka Rao.
Is that Brazilian? How? Anishka How? What's your most memorable moment from Supernatural? Lots of love from India, Jared and Jensen. Lots of love back. So cool that people from all over the world are coming to visit. I don't feel so lonely anymore.
India, right on. Most memorable moment. That's hard. That's like asking what your most memorable moment of the last 15 years of your life has been. There have been quite a few.
Yeah.
Very memorable moments.
I think if I were to try and think about five, because a few come up. I remember shooting the last scene of the pilot. We got work to do, closing the trunk. I remember, and this didn't happen on camera, but I remember Phil Segrisha, bringing him back up again, during the filming of the 200th episode, he had all the actresses who were playing Sam and Dean and Bobby Singer perform Carry On, My Wayward Son for the cast and crew. So we just sat in the auditorium at this high school here in Vancouver and they performed it. I remember being so, like, chills everywhere. Like, I didn't know I had pores on my shoulder, but everything was just like goosebumps. And that was pretty emotional. And again, back in season 10, we didn't know that we'd go much beyond 200. We hoped, but you never know. So there have been little